If your saxophone is squeaking, this episode is for you. You'll learn the 4 main reasons your saxophone squeaks and how to stop doing it. Watch all the way through to the end and you'll learn a simple exercise that will eliminate over 90% of your squeaks. There are 4 main reasons that your saxophone is squeaking. Number 1, something was wrong with the tube. You're opening a key by accident. Most often that's the octave key. Number 2, problem with your reed. Number 3, problem with your face, your embouchure. And number 4, your air support. Here we go. Number 1, the tube. Something about the keys aren't working. Most often, the culprit is the octave key jammed open by accident. Make sure that this is actually opening and closing properly, and that your second octave key, way back here, is also working. Little known fact, there are 2 octave keys. When you press through G, it triggers a second one up in here. Make sure you're not pushing any keys open by accident, especially the side keys, these buttons, or your palm keys. Sometimes you'll open a key by accident. That'll usually give you a fuzzy sound, but sometimes it'll squeak too. Reed problems. It's too dry, it's not on correctly, or it's broken. Make sure your reed is wet enough. Put it in your mouth as you put your instrument together. It should take at least 2 minutes. Stop and check your reed. Lay it across your legs, and then you can see what you're up to and control it without taking your instrument apart. To do a reed check, take your reed off and look at the tip. See if there's any cracks or anything obvious breaks. You can also do a split test along here. Take your thumb or fingernail and gently pass along here. If you see it break apart, then the tip is split and it's time to toss it out. Make sure the reed is even at the top and the bottom. So you can adjust it side to side, loosen the ligature, adjust, get yourself lined up, slide the ligature back down, should be good to go. With the side of your thumb, gently push against the mouthpiece and you should see an even millimeter of black all the way across. Another way to test your reed is to check the back. Put it on a clean, flat surface to see if the back is warped. If it wobbles like this, the reed is toast. Air will be leaking out the sides here. You're going to have to work much harder. It feels like your reed is either dry or stiff, and it's more likely to squeak on you because you're fighting against the reed instead of working with it. Another way to check your reed is the suction test. Taking just your mouthpiece or mouthpiece and neck, close off the bottom with your palm and gently breathe in. You should hear a slow hiss and a pop. If you don't hear the pop, then you don't have suction. Air is leaking out somewhere. Either reset your reed or get a new one. Does that make sense? Great. Like this video and keep watching. Problem number 3, your face. Most of the time, your embouchure is too tight. You're pushing too hard with your jaw, and that's not letting the reed vibrate properly. Usually sounds something like. Start by relaxing your jaw. It'll go out of tune, but if it stops, then that was the problem. As you're playing lower, you have to relax your jaw pressure slightly. Or the note cracks. Just slightly release your jaw pressure. Another common problem is blowing before you fully set your embouchure. If it's still changing and moving, it's really easy to crack a note. Instead, set your face first and then blow. I like to put my tongue on the reed and release it once I have air pressure. And that way you know the saxophone will sing. Air support problems usually come from too much air too fast. You're blowing too hard. You have to just relax. Less air. Don't play so hard. Be patient. Stop rushing. Now, once you've gone through your checklist, checked your tube, making sure the saxophone is working properly and you aren't leaking. Number 2, checking your reed, checking your embouchure, and checking your air support. The best way to keep from making more squeaks is to gently slow down. Sometimes slower is better. The best way to solve this is an exercise called long tones. You play a note for almost a full breath. Play around with what you can change and how it affects the sound. You can play with your embouchure. So I was adjusting my jaw pressure and lip pressure. You can check your air. Experiment with how much changing your air changes your sound. Don't try to do too many things at once. Keep it simple. And also try to hold the notes steady as you can. 2 minutes a day as part of your warm-up exercise. Play a few notes a few times each, change things, see how they work, and warm up your body, warm up your saxophone before you try playing new songs. Keep it simple, don't rush. Long tones will save you. When it comes to playing the saxophone, be patient. It's not going to happen right away. The whole point is it's a journey. If it was instant, it would be boring. Start slow, take your time, and enjoy it. If this video helped, give it a like, and then check out this playlist for more saxophone videos. Be patient.